ready to get showcased.
Welcome to the Showcase Pod. I am your host, Chris Blackheart, live in the studio with Dan Badandi, waiting online. Supposedly, it is John Cena's henchman, the man with the lies. The man just doesn't tell us straight, Don Vega, so he should be joining us any moment. Danny, it is good actually to see you. We have a lot of stuff to go over based on last week, what happened in Woonsocket, between the weekend with the different walks and what's coming up this week. And this is my favorite time of the year coming up. Well, that being said, and you were not there. That is, did you feel a little bit sad on Saturday?
Yeah, my title just went.
Knowing that, well, I mean, you did. You gave up the title, which I do give you credit that. And I'm a firm believer titles are win and loss in the ring. I'm going to tell you that one thing that I got a question of, Danny. Why didn't you just lose it in the ring? Why didn't you just put that title on in the line for somebody, knowing that you're not 100%, and lose in the ring? And I'm going to throw that out to you. Somebody asked me that, and I said, I'll be honest with you, we never had that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, it stinks because, like, you don't want to give it up, you know what I mean? Then you have to make decisions and... Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those decisions that's hard, so, you know.
So do you think if you did that, would you have more to lose?
No, not at all. I mean, because in the business, you win titles, you lose titles. I mean, just the way it is. Just as happy as you won it, you should be just as happy to lose it. And just being in that match, in a championship match in general, it's an honor and privilege.
All right, check your link. I got a message on the pod line that it is better some days when he is not on here, but check the link. Check the link. It looks like Mr. Vega is kind of coming in. Hopefully, maybe he had a message with a little meeting with Cena before that, because I'm not even going to tell you the problems I had all week with him. So check your link or resent it. Looks like he did hit it. He's trying to come in. So when you say that I never helped you, Mr. Vega, I'm trying to help you come on right now. Hopefully you're with Cena.
Okay, yeah.
I know myself, I was on some conference calls this week that was non-Cena related, and I could not pick it up on my iPad, but I could pick it up on my iPhone.
Hey there, Donnie.
So I know his pain, to say the least, on that. So that was a professional courtesy. Yes, I could have literally shut the link off and not tell Danny, so you're welcome. Did he pop on?
What's up? You all that ramble?
No, I was trying to, I was on some meetings this week, non-Cena related, and I had the same problem. So I tried to do professional courtesy by making sure that you were on, even though some days I prefer not listening to you and the stuff that some days you feel like is mouthpiece for the wrong people.
You guys just trying to prevent me from coming on tonight because you saw my post earlier. You started the show are you in the studio? Or?
Of course I'm in the studio. Me and Danny, we're here like 4 or 5 times a month.
Intro that no one likes. I've been trying to connect for the last 10 minutes here with this link. I don't know where Danny gets this these meetings, but
no, I had the same problem this week. When I changed devices, everything was perfect. So.
What do you mean? The device? What device?
No, I had the same problem with an iPad. An iPad wasn't connected on a meeting, and I switched over to my phone, and my phone had no problem. So even though the link was correct, so some days it's not you. It's technology.
Okay. So what's been going on? I mean, I was enjoying my football game anyway. So, what's the word? What have I missed so far here this week?
No, well, even though you're a few months behind, we were just started going into Danny giving up the title. If Danny felt anything due to the fact that we had a championship match that night, and then I asked Danny the question because I'll start again this week is, Danny could have lost in the ring. He could have had a title defense and lost in the ring instead of giving it up. So, and I told people,
We're going back on old news here. This is why the ratings go.
It is not old news because it was going into what happened this weekend.
Okay, so we've moved on. I think people already gathered that part that he relinquished the title several weeks back, and since then we already announced a match and had a match. If you went down that route, we should get into the current situation and what happened this past Saturday in Woonsocket.
Well, would you like to shed some light on it?
I mean, you saw what happened. You were there.
I did, and I was. I did not expect what happened at the end. I expected a winner, but I did not expect fiancés at the end.
Well, we had we had a lot of happenings. We have a new YouTube World Champion. Jay Evans recaptured the title, and we saw Annabelle. And I know I'm not seeing things. We did saw Annabelle get up and gave Scott Ladder a low blow.
That was shocking, to say the least. One for her, I would say, literally pick a side. And look at the ending. Look what happened at the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, after that, I don't know what the hell was going on, but Jay Evans proposed to Annabelle. He got close to her afterwards in the corner of the ring, and apparently she said yes. So we're gonna have a wedding here in the near future, I guess.
So it's gonna be Annabelle Evans.
Annabelle and Jay Evans.
Yeah, we will keep you posted on that. My impression is when it is confirmed, we will have invitations going out, and we will make the announcement on the pod. But I would say congratulations to the new couple. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, how can you marry a dog?
Well, I mean, you've seen weirder stuff on the internet. That I saw a clip a while ago that people will not even just married a doll, but they were having baby dolls, like literally, So yeah, stranger things will happen in real life than Jay Evans proposing to Annabelle.
Unbelievable.
I just feel bad for that.
Other news, you were there Saturday. Any other news you want to bring out or point out, since I heard you rambling about Cena?
No, I am hoping to have a conversation with Cena tomorrow to go over some late breaking stuff, and I'll be honest with you, some of it is your recent actions. The match that Alex Raiden had on Saturday night. I don't know. I don't think you should have been involved in it. I think you overstepped your bounds, and I think Alex has a huge gripe with you. Period. And
I got a guaranteed title match. I mean, I could be there anytime.
Well, guaranteed title match is one thing, but guaranteed, beating someone with a chair.
I mean, he stumbled upon a chair. I mean, that's not my problem. He's clumsy. We've known him being clumsy in the past. This is why we lost the titles in the first place, the tag team titles way back when, because he used to get injured a lot. And it just so happens that he got injured again this past Saturday. Is it my fault somebody's clumsy?
Wow.
Is it my fault somebody fumbles and regurgitates blood out of his mouth? I mean, he has some bad food, maybe some food poisoning. I don't know.
Sure, okay. If you're buying it, I am definitely not selling it. So let's get off that one.
Yeah, that's a smart thing.
Yeah, no, tag team friction right now. You know, we had the champions. You know, 2 out of the 3 were there, as in AZ, Matt Michelson, and the missing one was BRG, smiling like there's no tomorrow with the turmoil and the friction between Danny Cabral and Sean Candido.
I mean, I think Danny should just get rid of Candido. I mean, he wants to be, he's concerned about the people. Obviously, he's not concerned about Danny's feelings. He's not concerned about Danny at all. All he cares is about, people cheering him and doing his one, and, fans and all this. When have you ever won anything because of the fans?
Well, I mean, I understand him wanting to win it in a cleaner fashion. But on the other hand, why is he? I mean, stuff happens. Let's be honest. Stuff happens in wrestling, right? You're not always going to get the cleanest 1, 2, 3. Maybe, and we'll get into another issue with somebody else on the roster. Maybe a foot was underneath the ropes or on top of the ropes. Ref didn't see it. Maybe you grabbed, some tights. It happens.
That's a win in my book.
Yeah, no, but Candido, and I think he's over. I don't know. Maybe he's being too much of a good guy. With Danny is being very adamant. He wants the title, and he is putting everything out there, and he doesn't care how he gets it. He does have resentment for Michelson and AZ, which I get. I think Danny's overly focusing on beating those 2 for the title, where I think Candido is, I don't know, just too much. I don't know. It's like almost like he has something to prove. Like if he doesn't do it, quote, the right way, maybe he feels less than, and I don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, first of all, Danny's still not out of the water. I mean, we all know he's the one that kidnapped AZ and cut his hair a while back. So, now he's angry. I mean, he should definitely take it off on Candido.
Wow. No, I think he's mad for the fact that they lost the titles.
Well, it's been confirmed by my source that Danny Cabral is at fault. He was the one that shaved AZ's hair. So that's another story.
I would say until you get video, but I can't trust video anymore with all the AI going around. It almost has to be. If I didn't see it with my eyes, I don't think I can believe it.
You mean
Now.
the AI video that somebody AI done Vega hitting Sarge?
No, that I was there, so I saw that. The video, the AI video of me getting low blow. No, I was there and I felt it.
Those are editing tricks.
Sure, no. So, and that's okay. That is 100% why you have to be at a live showcase person event. Don't try to wait to clips or reels coming up on your phone. You got to see it live, and you have to see it in truth from your own eyes.
Well, good segue there, because I saw earlier today. Speaking of not guilty, Raja has stated that he's not guilty in the incident with Psycho Stu, which is surprising. Not, I mean, obviously he's not going to say he's at fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did plead not guilty to whatever charges. I haven't read a lot of the story. I just saw that he pled not guilty to whatever charges he is being brought upon him in court. So we'll get to the bottom of that in the next weeks to come and find out more details. I thought I was done with that, but obviously it's just beginning for that situation there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to come to a very small. I think it's 2 things going to happen. I think it's going to be a very small window of him serving time. If it's a couple of months or up to 2 years, and I think there would probably be a civil suit that Stu will put out there in regards to bodily injury and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be 2.
You're being quite hopeful there, Chris.
No, I'm not being hopeful. It's just, I look at the Karen Reed stuff. She was acquitted from the courts, and then, the family is suing for X amount of dollars.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the civil case. I don't think he's ever doing any time, though. think whatever time he's locked up for now, eventually it happened in a wrestling environment. It's very difficult to prove otherwise when it's a wrestling environment and it's your word against other people. There has to be certain people involved testifying against him, which I don't know. I don't know at this point what they have and what they don't have. So, certainly the guy that was unconscious can't testify against the guy that was beaten. So
Yep.
it has to be somebody that was conscious and is willing to step forward and make all the proceedings that he needs to do in order to move the case forward. And, from information that we had before was that, the company itself was asking wrestlers and people in office not to get involved. So we'll find out if that's going to take place or not here in the upcoming months.
Yeah, we'll follow that. I'm interested to find out. Again, I wasn't a fan before of the real world and wrestling going together because it's a very, as we know, we mentioned before, wrestling is it's a different world, and there are some different rules in etiquette that doesn't necessarily, fall into the, I hate to say the real world, but that's really what it is. But
Well, they're two different entities.
yes,
Certainly an individual that for the most part, from different stories, he knew somewhat of certain terms and he knew somewhat that it wasn't the right thing to do and he still went with it. But again, you have to prove that in court. Moving forward, we got WWE pay-per-view coming here in the next couple weeks. Are we going to be taking some pics today for that?
Yep. Good old.
oh, Danny's been waiting for this one.
So I can't see today. I got the game on in the background, so we're gonna have to read it out to us here so that we can take our picks for the pay-per-view matches.
All right, so
ELP matches.
we got the big one. WWE champion Cody Rhodes against world champion Seth Rollins for the WWE Crown Jewel champion. So them two going at it for the crown, and I think Cody Rhodes is the current Crown Jewel champion.
And what is the date on this event?
That is Saturday.
Yep, this Saturday.
So this Saturday, I knew there was an event. I was telling my friend Brian the other day that they were going back to Rio, and I was trying to look for the event. This is the event that's going to feature Cena's last appearance there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that matchup there, I'm going to say because it involves a different championship, basically. They got that Crown Jewel championship, which was won by Cody the first time, right?
Yeah.
If I'm not
Yep.
mistaken.
Yep.
So I think Seth Rollins and his little gang of friends are gonna have some involvement, and I think he's gonna pick up the win this time around. So I'm picking Seth.
I'm going to do the same on that one. I think the fact that they're both champions and a non-WWE title's on the line, yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
I'm gonna go with Cody just for the tiebreaker. And then next we got John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Whoa, John Cena, AJ Styles. Have they wrestled before, John Cena and AJ Styles?
Yeah, he beat the last time he won the championship. He beat AJ Styles for the title.
Okay. I mean that one there. I mean it's kind of like one of those matches you put on the card, and you know what the outcome's gonna be. Cena. I'm picking Cena in his last appearance there in Rio.
I'm gonna go with Cena too.
Give me AJ. I think Brock's going to have something to do with it.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, why would they set up any angles? I mean, this is the last time he's gonna be there. I think this is just one of the, like I said, one of those matches. You already picked AJ, so you can't change. But I just think it's one of these matches that you just put on the card just because, he probably wanted to work with him one more time.
Yeah.
Then for the WWE Crown Jewel Women's Championship match, Tiffany Stratton against Stephanie McCraw. Blackheart, whatever.
Blackheart.
Blackheart.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Stephanie. I think she's got all the momentum going. I think WWE is high on her right now, and it's gonna be a good match. But I'm gonna go with Stephanie on that one.
Yeah, same here.
All right, I'll take the other one then. I'll take
Tiffany.
Yeah, I'll take Tiffany. I kind of agree with you guys on that one, but
Yeah. Then we got Rhea Ripley and Io Sky teaming up to take on Asuka and Kairi Sane.
So you got Rhea Ripley and who?
Io Sky.
And Io Sky against Asuka.
Asuka, yeah.
And who else?
Kairi Sane.
And Kairi Sane. I'm gonna go with Rhea and Io Sky on that one.
yeah, I'm gonna go with that one too.
Just because it's kind of like a little blow off.
Yeah. I mean,
They've been getting the brunt of everything the last few weeks, so
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rhea myself. Rhea and Io. Then Roman Reigns battles Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. Whatever that is, that sounds awesome. But
wait,
Roman
wait.
Reigns
You
taking
say
on
Australian
Bronson-
street fight?
Australian street fight.
hey, that's gotta be banned. We can't have that. I mean, that's that's un-American. For that reason, I'm gonna have to go with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Roman too.
I am not gonna take Roman.
So whatever that match, like you said, whatever that is, probably just gonna be a street fight. I mean,
Yeah. No, they just did.
I mean, what's the difference unless they specify? Right?
Yeah. No, they just.
So, I'm going with Roman on that one. I think the same situation there. How long can you go with what they've been doing? I kind of lost touch on that, to be honest. You guys been keeping track of that whole situation with Roman and those guys?
No, you're following. I think we mentioned this before. The biggest problem with wrestling now, especially WWE, there's too much content. It's just too much that I think they dilute it. That some days you don't want to watch it because you're going to watch it the next time, and then something happens and you miss that one.
Yeah. I mean, I just, to be honest, I just stopped watching. I mean, there's a lot of the same situations going on.
Yeah, no, I think the problem is it's almost like if they had, looking out, going into like the World Series, right? If they had the wild card once a month, every month, you get kind of sick of it. And I think that's the problem with WWE right now.
Yeah. Well, too much is sometimes oversaturated.
Yeah.
But any other matches that they?
Oh, nope, that's it so far.
Yeah, those are the main ones. I'm sure there'll be probably one or two more that's going to pop up this week.
So that'll be it for Crown Jewel this Saturday. Is that at 3 p.m. Eastern time start time? Or?
What they have on that, Danny?
Yeah, 8 a.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's
8
crazy.
a.m. Oh wow! I have to wake up early on Saturday.
Nope. I won't be going with that because actually, no, I'll be waking up a little before that, getting ready to go to Woonsocket for Autumn Fest.
Well, yeah, I gotta be up early anyway, so I'll be on the road. Yeah, I'll probably tune it in. I'll pop it on the phone, put it on the device there, hold the phone. I'll hear it or browse through it.
So I got a question for you, Donnie. What do you think of that Crown Jewel title? I think it's kind of gaudy, man.
I just think it's just a gimmick for Saudi.
It reminded me of the Bill Watts North American title.
I mean, can I see this going further as WWE keeps selling their bigger events to Saudi? Yeah, it could become a premier title in the company. Who knows? But as of right now, it's just something that they I think created just to make those people happy down there.
They're not surprised they haven't done yet, or maybe is do a TV deal over there and have like their exclusive championships over there. Yeah, I mean, because
The production company that's from Rhea has been hosting all these events, so
Yeah.
that's gonna come shortly. I'm sure that's in the works, but yeah, we'll find out what happens going into another event. I'm just gonna go into one of those matches because I think it's one of those matches that you don't see often. Speaking of not being oversaturated, TNA Bound for Glory comes from Lowell, Massachusetts this Sunday, and the big main event match is for the TNA World Tag Team Championship as Team 3D, the Dudley Boys. You know, Devon coming out of retirement for one more match to take on the Hardys for the TNA World Championships, the tag team titles, in a tables match. So I think that match is going to be quite interesting. I mean, like I said, Devon recently got into shape to come back and do this match. I think it's got the potential to be a good nostalgic moment between two of the best tag teams of our generation.
I saw an article online, and I'm not sure if I shared it, Danny. The TNA article. Do you
Yeah.
have that on the chat?
Yep, 1 second.
But basically, well, the article was breaking down that TNA is really in a unique place right now. That they have some of the legends and veterans of the sport, and then they also have the up and comers, and they have a nice blend of the two.
Yeah, I also saw that the president of TNA is willing and open to help any of his young talent that is willing or not willing, but hoping to cross over to the WWE. He's open to that, so I guess he's got that let's all work together mentality.
Well, yeah, I mean, plus with with NXT doing a crossover with TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, they are doing some crossover. I would imagine it's going to help their pay-per-view buys, and even locally. I mean, hopefully, I know we had a crew of people on the Showcase banner down at the TNA show in North Kingstown. We have a crew of Showcase talent going up to Lowell for the weekend. I'm hoping that it's a packed house, and hopefully the ticket prices were adjusted better than what they were in North Kingstown.
No, well, that remains to be seen. I don't know anything about the tickets for the Bound for Glory, but is that a big venue? Is that the old Agganis Arena? Is that the right one?
Yeah, I'm almost positive that there's the arena where they used to shoot Raw.
Is that the same one that they went back in the day for like lockdown and all that? It's like 8,000 people.
I'm almost positive that is the correct one.
Yeah, I've been to that one before, but this was for the original TNA.
Yeah.
And back in like 2010-ish, they had that big sellout for one of the pay-per-views there. We'll find out what's the scenario. We'll find out if half of the arena is going to be blocked off, or if they're going to be trying to set a record again and have it sell out like they did in New York a couple of months back for Slammiversary. We'll find out.
It could be good, and we'll give some update after that regarding some of the people from Showcase Umbrella who were up there, which is huge for us. I mean, this is for us is almost getting a common place when one of the big companies come down in the area, basically the area of New England. We have talent who's under the Showcase banner and under the Showcase Wrestling Training Center doing some work there. So kudos to all those talent who's doing that. But again, it's testament to their hard work and the results that we're getting. Obviously, our talent wouldn't be going there consistently if they weren't producing and being positive in those environments. So congratulations to all who are actually working the event this weekend.
No, that's only that. Speaking of this weekend, it seems like it's a wrestling loaded weekend. This weekend coming up, tomorrow night starting out at the and BFW Hall for a big Halloween event tomorrow night at 82 English Street in Taunton, Massachusetts. That's a 7:47 p.m. bell time. Wrestlegrave, I believe, is the name title for the event tomorrow night.
That is correct.
Big Halloween special there. You never know what's going to happen. You might find Annabelle, chasing Blackheart. Lots of things could go down, but again, since Blackheart's crying and complaining that we got AI, we got all these issues going on with the internet, the best way to make sure that you're not seeing things is to see it for yourself and show up tomorrow night at the Taunton BFW Hall.
It is, and you can get those advance tickets online at showcasepresent.com. Just hit buy a ticket, and we have a new ticketing service there, which is great. When you come to the event, all you have to do is just go and see Kathy. She'll let you run the barcode underneath it. It's nice and easy. But yeah, those are the advance tickets online right there. You'll see the tickets going up for November also. Those are linked up there. So which is fantastic because we are doing 2 shows in November. But we also have on Saturday, we are in Autumn Fest. This is a Saturday afternoon show at 2 p.m. It's supposed to be the best day of the weekend regarding weather-wise. So we are really going home to Woonsocket. We've been at Autumn Fest for almost 10 years now. So the fact that we're back again this year, main stage, on the best day of the weekend, 2 p.m. bell time. And again, it's free.
That's a free event, and last year was a rainy weekend, and we were there for 3 days. This year is only 1 day, so make sure that you don't miss it, especially for free. We know all these grovelers in Woonsocket, when they can save $1 or 2, they're down for it. So this is your opportunity to watch our showcase for free. So, get down there to the World Memorial Park in Woonsocket and get a free event. And, fortunately for Alex Rated, our match that was scheduled to happen at Auto Fest won't happen. We'll get into that next week. But who knows? Who knows what might happen tomorrow night with Blackheart?
Well, I'll be honest, one of the matches that I want to see now, that since Cena did it to Alex and Matt, I want to do it between you and Rambo. Actually, this is even better. I want to see you versus Brian Starr, and then I want to see Rambo with his open challenge with a different worthy opponent.
Now why in Sam Hill will we fight each other?
The same reason that Cena did it to Alex and Matt in Woonsocket. It was contractual. It was I didn't like it.
Those 2 guys are losers. They're used to losing, so we were gonna pick who was the biggest loser of them all.
Yeah, but come on, you tell me. You look around your little triangle you have. In healthy competition. No titles on the line. Don Vega versus Brian Starr. I like to see that match. I'm sure the people like to see it. And I actually think Brian would like to see, is he a little bit better than the legendary Puerto Rican warrior, Don Vega?
Nah, Brian's not going to want to see that.
All right, I'm just saying, or what about you? What about you and Rambo? Just have a nice...
Well, you saw that on March Anniversary, and then you were going to get to see the entirety of the situation.
Yeah.
But we had some rats slipped in the ring, and you forgot about that part?
No, I'm just saying it could have played out different. I'm just saying that's one of the things that if I had to put it out there, if I had to make an announcement tonight, that's the match that I would want.
Listen, it's not going to happen,
But
the Puerto Rican coach, we have a contract, and we're in a great partnership with Blackheart. And
yeah. You and Cena, great partnership. Me and Cena, not so great.
And this is why you're jealous and you're trying to stand apart.
No. I'm looking at matchmaking, and that's all it is. You're doing great matchmaking.
How about you put Rambo and I against 2 of them scrubs that are hanging around showcase? How about that? How about you put me and try and star against two of your best guys in your little tag team division?
All right. So, all right. If I had to put that out there right now, and I would have to say, it's either Matt Michelson and AZ, or maybe Michelson and BRG. Two out of those three. And in true fashion, the Freeburg rules that they made up, I want to tell you which one because I'd allow them to choose.
Well, that's fine.
You know, I think that'd be a great match. Now, I would say Danny Cabral and Sean Candido, but they're just not on the right page. So I think just from them, if they were on the right page, then I would probably put them against you guys.
Well, why not? I mean, this could prove that they're,
No, there's something going on. It's just, no, I think I'm going to try to talk to them on Friday, see if I can get them on the right page. Maybe.
You see this, Danny? How he
No, it's just, no, as a talent, Danny, you can't say anything. You're weightlifting all weekend, all right? You're out of the loop. I would do that when you were having problems with Alex. I talked to you guys, and obviously that didn't help at all. If anything, I think it made it worse.
Well, you go back and you think when I was having problems because someone got hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I did, Chris Blackheart, for the longest?
I
asked in the ring by myself, and whoever wanted to come down. And
yeah,
be helpful,
and ironically, Danny Cabral stepped up numerous times, which I thought was great. I thought, I thought maybe it could be a new tag team.
You had to bring it up. I'm a given, humble guy. So being the honest, humble individual that I am, I'm going to tell Danny Cabral, returning the favor, Danny, if you learned anything from the past, I will wait for the right opportunity to turn my back on Candido. And maybe AZ will forgive you for kidnapping. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, speaking of giving, I found a gift from your childhood. Danny, you want to bring up a picture, some of the pictures we brought up? Bring up Don Vega's favorite movie when he was a kid. There it is.
My favorite movie.
Yes, we just brought it up here. Are you able to see the screen?
I'm gonna tune off the game because it's halftime. This is live, folks. So don't say, he's over.
Yeah. Did they say what year that came up, Danny?
October 8th, 1993.
Yeah.
32 years ago.
32 years ago, Don Vega's favorite movie came up.
Are you talking about the Hulkster and Miss Banana?
Yes, I am.
I watched Miss Banana. I watched Suburban Commando.
Yeah.
I watched the Three Ninjas, I believe.
No Holds Barred. I love that movie.
I like No Holds Barred.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, how I think we knew they were bad back then. Like, as much as I always liked, and I would support anything that a wrestler would do.
Yeah.
But you knew those really weren't that great.
Yeah, they were quite
All right.
cool.
But you watched them to support literally, a little probably like 13-year-old Don Vega, supported the Hulkster, which we all did.
Well, yeah, I mean, anything that had wrestling in it, I was fair game.
Yeah.
I ain't question it. I would support it. So, that was one of those movies. Also, since you're going down track, I saw that today would have been the late great Latino Heat.
Yeah.
Guerrero's birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that is correct. I saw that. It was
Happy heavenly birthday to Latino Heat. Eddie Guerrero, one of the best wrestlers, bar none. I mean, I think Eddie was way ahead of a lot of the things that we're seeing now with smaller guys, and Eddie wasn't small by any means, But in his era, compared to everybody else that was in, he was considered a smaller guy. But now, we've seen a lot of evolving certain individuals. So, he was definitely pioneer of all that. So, rest in peace to Eddie. What a loss to wrestling. And other people too. I mean, we've lost a lot of great ones. And he was just one of those guys.
We also have going down kind of the road of missing in the ring. Big E, I thought he was retired anyway, but apparently he made the announcement that he is officially retired. He's not going back in the ring at all.
Yeah.
So
I think he found his niche. I mean, he's entertaining what he does. He does the table there before the pay-per-views. He does some commentary and stuff like that. I think he's charismatic as a face and a company pioneer. I think he's gonna be great at that. He's already great at that. So, fortunately for him, like we try to tell guys when they're training, you gotta be useful in other roles, and you gotta learn the business in every way possible. So like you're helpful in any way once the in-ring days are over, because those go by quickly.
yeah, and then actually going down that road, we had 2 accidents this weekend. It looks like Michael Tarver was hospitalized, going from the early NXT.
Yeah, I saw that. I was reading up on that. Supposedly his blood pressure went up in the 200s, and he was advised by family and friends to go to the hospital. And usually he had that wrestling mentality. He had that immortal mentality of no, I'll just I'll suck it up and I'll fight through it or whatever. But this time around he did go into the hospital, and I guess he was having a stroke. So speedy recovery to Michael. I also saw that the years that he's been off television and off wrestling, he's been struggling with a lot of depression, and he even attempted to take his life several times.
Oh, that's a shame.
It's ironic that now he wants to live, and he's fighting to be healthy. So blessings go out to him, and like I said, speedy recovery to Mike Tarver.
And then, did you see this also this week? Justin Credible was hospitalized.
So here's the dilemma with Peter, okay? And he's a guy that I saw when I was going to shows in New England. Before I even broke in, he was one of those guys that were up there and were in the process of going, to the mainstream, alongside with guys like Bert Centeno and Scott Taylor and Rick Fuller and all that class. PJ, one of the best minds for the business, in my opinion, one of the best workers there was at the time. But for whatever reason, he's fell off the track so many times, and when he's falling off the track, I guess he screwed over a lot of people. So now he's getting a lot of backlash, where anytime he posts anything online, people either don't care, they backlash back at him for his wrongdoings, and they call him out.
Yeah.
Which is, unfortunate. But if you have that picture that he posted, do we have that picture? Let's pull out that picture of PJ.
Let me see.
I don't think you sent it.
I don't think I sent it.
I mean, if you look up Justin Credible hospitalized, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
let me.
But those pictures look questionable looking at them, because he's got EKG patches on his chest.
Yep.
But then if you really look at it, it looks like a headboard from a hotel room.
Yeah, I mean, after somebody said something, I did look at the picture differently.
I don't know if he got released from the hospital, checked into a hotel, kept all his shit on.
Yeah.
He posed and asked for money.
Yeah, but see that, Danny, see one of those pictures right there?
Yep.
Yeah, because you can see like a gray headboard.
Headboards that they put in hotels.
Yeah, and I mean, either way, if it's
I mean, it's just sad. To me, it's just sad. I mean,
Yeah.
PJ a bunch of times. I've shared locker rooms with him a bunch of times. Like I said, the guys, when he's on, man, he's great. And I think in his
let's
case,
see.
fortunately, because of the demons that he's had all these years that consume him, he threw away a lot of talent. That's a guy that had talent to still be in a spot working in a major company as far as, teaching or producing or that role. But unfortunately, like I said, he was consumed by a lot of demons and he made a lot of bad choices. And, you know as well as I do that you can't screw a lot of people over in life or in a business, because then no one's going to want to do business with you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just looked it up, and I know I'm friends with him on Facebook, and it looks something happened in turn. It looked like he had some family issues. Moved out of was it Connecticut down to Jersey? Was it?
He said he was moving to Jersey. I saw a few months back that he was going to sell some of his belongings, and he was posting it on his personal page on Facebook. And this time around, he's looking for money to come back home to Jersey, I guess. But then again, you're in the hospital in Philly. He's talking about tolls and gas and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Questionable story.
Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's just I don't like to fall from grace. I mean, everybody has a story. We all have twists and turns, but yeah, I mean,
personally, I wish he did the best. I hope he could come back from this. I hope he could he could fix all the broken fences. And like I said, when it comes to psychology, when it comes to knowledge of wrestling, he is a waste of talent, because he could give out so much to a lot of people in the wrestling business. And unfortunately, at the state that he is right now, I mean, that's all going to waste. So
Yeah.
I hope he bounces back and he gets life back on track.
yeah. Well, one thing I'm doing in the real life is we're working on a literacy program, financial literacy program that I want to put together really for wrestlers, so this doesn't happen. You see so many old timers, a guy's been in the business 20, 30 years, going on Facebook and doing similar posts like that. So one of the things we're trying to put together is literally a program regarding retirement and various products, and that this doesn't happen. And like everything else, it comes down to education. It's not hard, but it's kind of like having a tour guide and going on your own. You can walk through Providence and you can find different restaurants and places to go, but if you have a tour guide that tells you the right museums, the right restaurants to go to, it goes better, and that's what we're trying to do. So I'll keep people posted on that. That's going to be a financial roadmap that we're going to gear out to wrestlers, hopefully start them when they're young, typically in their early 20s, so then their future can be different, because that's one thing I think is lacking in this industry is not lacking of I think it's too much of it, stories like this when wrestlers are older and maybe made wrong choices or different choices. Hopefully we can eliminate that. So
and for the Indies, I think it'll be new.
He started
doing that a while back with their young talent. Now that they're paying for school, if you want to go finish college.
Yeah.
Or finish your schooling and stuff like that. But yeah, in the Indies, I haven't heard of anybody starting any programs to help.
Yeah. So we're on the, so if anyone wants to shoot me a message on that, my website is ChristopherLIreland.com, or you can just hit up the pod at SP Wrestling. Send me a quick message if you're interested on the early stages of it, but we will keep you launching on that. We do have, Danny, you have a video from there regarding this weekend coming up from somebody. I like calling him a complainer. Some people like call him a conspiracy, but why don't you play the video and let the people decide.
Hey, conspiracy victims and fans of Shia Shabo. Tonight I am bringing you this message from the headquarters of the Shia Shabo Conspiracy Support Circle of Conspiracy Victims, or in short, the SSCS CCV. Now you're probably asking yourself, why am I bringing this message to you tonight? If you have seen my videos in the past week, you have seen we have hit the ground running with our message that I, Shia Shabo, am a conspiracy victim. Now, after speaking with my fans, the Ghostbusters, Rachel with a Z, the Macho Man, and, Christopher Blackheart's twin, I'm not going to say it again. But anyways, we decided to bring this message to you tonight because of last night's actions. Last night, D-Rex, or Bullwinkle, whatever you want to call him, decided to vandalize my petition. Now, I will not repeat the name that is on that clipboard, but it will be removed and it will be officially submitted as soon as I get all 957 signatures. And I thought, there's no better way to continue that journey of getting those 957 signatures other than my hometown and my favorite place to be, Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Not just anywhere in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, but the world's largest festival, Fall Brawl. That's right, the world's largest festival meets the world's largest conspiracy victim of showcase professional wrestling. Now, let it be known, I am not coming alone. No. I am not coming alone, because now I am coming with another conspiracy victim, the astonishing Aiden. Due to that big jerk, announcer Frank, who can't get my name right, now he's stealing jackets. And this is just the tip of the iceberg, you see, because this is what's been going on in Showcase Professional Wrestling for years, for months, for days, for minutes. And this Saturday, I am bringing my petition, I am bringing my sign, and I am bringing my pumpkin, and I am bringing this shirt. And I am going to get all 957 of those signatures. And Aiden and Shy Shable are going to smash some pumpkins at Fall Brawl. Showcase Professional Wrestling, my fellow conspiracy victims, I am here for you. And if you need me, please reach out to the Shy Shabo Conspiracy Support Circle of Conspiracy Victims, or in short, the SSCSCCV. See you Saturday, Woonsocket.
Everybody should be lining up to sign that petition, as far as I'm concerned. Because Blackheart, did you sign the petition yet?
I supposedly signed it on Sunday at Zombie Fest too, and if you look at any of our social media, or if you go to Shy Shabo's social media, you will see that he was interviewing a young lady with signatures on it, and I do hope that it gets thoroughly audited, because I don't believe half those people are correct, because my name was on it and I did not sign it.
Well, you've been. I'm not gonna get into it, but we've known by family members that you like signing stuff and that you have no recollection of.
Well,
so,
I am not. That was a cheap shot.
Runs,
And just for that fact, I know Kathy didn't sign it, because she's not allowed to sign anything anymore.
I mean, that's not what I.
Nope. She can't even sign a birthday card anymore in our household.
Sign off on a brand new Ford Expedition a couple weeks back.
She thought she was on that one.
So, but yep, I'll be signing the petition. I'm sure all the people in I like that name. Woonsocket, Woonsocket.
So you know what I realized by watching this latest conspiracy video? He complains that I accidentally mistreat the pronunciation of his name. But every video I saw in the last week, which was I think 3 or 4 of them, he has butchered everybody's name. And he does it on purpose. So I don't think people realize that I was giving him back a little bit of what he's been doing to all the people. Like
They're difficult. I mean,
so it's like, so yes, he's not a conspiracy theory victim. One thing I do believe, I was very happy that he's out of the closet. We saw that he's been supposedly locked up the last 3 or 4 weeks. He has a key ring, right? Like a big janitor's key ring with like 90 to 100 keys on it, that he's given people keys now to make sure that he's never, ever, ever locked into a closet again.
The interesting part about this whole thing, who locked him in the closet to begin with?
Well, and that's what I said.
Yeah, that's.
And guess who he blamed? Me. I'm like, I don't even know where you live.
I mean, that's not what I heard.
Yeah, well,
he's getting down to finding, and again, conveniently all the house camera footage disappeared.
Conveniently, okay.
Conspiracy. But, you know, another thing that disappeared, apparently, is the astonishing Aiden's jacket, ring jacket. I mean, and I've seen Frank parading around the ring with Aiden's jacket.
Some days I know from the ring to the curling, something does happen. That I definitely know happens.
Well,
I don't know what happens. I just know stuff gets lost in that like 30 or 40 feet in between.
is Frank in the chat today?
I don't see him.
No, but just let you know, Frank, the original Frank is back from Canada. He made it over the border and over the bridge, I guess, before the ice melt. So I guess the ferry took him.
I don't think it's a great time to be saying that Frank came back from Canada. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if you're around Yankee fans, it's not a safe environment to say that Frank came from Canada.
Well,
Well, you know, you did watch the Blue Jays beat the Yankees.
I did not. I mean, I was usually around this time of year, being a Red Sox fan, I'm used to either the Blue Jays or the Yankees spanking the Sox. So.
Well, you know, the Yankees did spank the Sox, but unfortunately they came up short when they took on the Blue Jays. So, you know, hopefully Frank bought a jersey so he could bandwagon. We know Franklin likes to bandwagon.
Yes, Franklin would do that. You know, speaking of wagon.
Boss for words, because Blackheart?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I was getting my tongue was getting a little tired there. We have your favorite segment, Danny. You know you're gonna put it up. Where is it? You know who it is.
The real deal Joe Davis.
Where is he? Where is he? Is he across the border? Is he in Canada?
Well, the real deal Joe Davis, coming up the 19th, Sunday, he's going to be at 77 East 7th Street in New York City at a comedy tour. Then he's got another event coming up on the 23rd, Keeping It Real Comedy Tour in Cranston, Rhode Island, the Morosco's Bar and Grill. So 2 events you want to check that out, especially local here in Cranston, Rhode Island. It's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. and you get drinks, food, all that, and get to see a great comedy
Yeah,
show.
what's the date on that one again?
It's 23rd. It's Thursday night.
23rd. Joe, you can't do them on a Thursday because we can't go then. We got the pot on that day.
Well, we're going to have to do the pot on location one of these days.
All right, I'll reach out to Joel. Let's see if we can do that. I think that'd be a good road trip.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And why don't you set up so Cena can be there? We can have a meeting beforehand. John, reach out. John, before this weekend, John, let's actually get stuff squared away. Get on the right track. A lot of big things are happening, John. Let's go back to how it was.
I don't think Cena's a big comedy fan. I mean, he's a fan of the real deal Joe Davis. I don't think he's a fan of our comedy. So.
Well, if you think he's a fan of Joe Davis, just ask him about the incident at the Moose Lodge with Gary Gold.
Oh, anybody that's cool with me, Cena's cool with. And
I don't.
So,
I may have to mention that you like Joe Davis that much because my impression is Cena and him. I don't know.
it is what it is, Chris Blackheart. You've been so out of whack lately that things have just been going by the wayside. But I did. Have you been catching up on social events, Chris Blackheart?
Which events are we talking about?
A football game here. Speaking of football, I thought we were done with this whole Super Bowl halftime deal last week when I had my rant. But apparently we gotta have several more rants before this thing.
All right.
Have you watched the latest news on this?
The latest one I saw was he was at the Yankees game as in Bad Bunny and did not stand for the national anthem.
I think those were fake news, Chris Blackheart.
Okay,
But,
that was the latest that I saw.
no, apparently there's gonna be another halftime show. I mean, I don't know if Danny.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan when people try to do a spin-off. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. The Super Bowl show is a Super Bowl show.
Danny, you gonna pull that up?
Yeah.
Yep. So you talk about Turning Point. They're gonna host the All-American Super Bowl halftime show to counter and rival Big Bad Bunny there. Which I don't think they got a chance in hell.
No, I mean they're probably gonna stream it, for kind of like what Vince did when they had The Rock versus Mankind for an intermission.
Or some people saying they're doing it in protest.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I look at it this way: if the NFL chose Bad Bunny to be the entertainment, that's the entertainment you watch.
Yeah.
So
I just think this is just gonna get a bunch of people looking more stupid than they already have been looking.
yeah,
I just think it's dumb. I just think that for somebody that I'm a believer of the Lord. I'm not a church goer. I'm not a fanatic of church. I praise the Lord in my own time, my own space, and a lot of this confirms why I don't go to church a lot. Because a lot of these people, they claim that they hang by the hand of the Lord, but your actions are saying otherwise.
yeah.
And you follow the Lord, and you're judging people, and you're talking bad about a race, and you're having a problem about certain people and the language that they speak. How can you say you follow the Lord, and that's what you're preaching to the masses?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we have, I'll say a couple of months before the Super Bowl, and I'm hoping that there could be better communication, better understanding, and literally get people. Do you know what I like to see? And I have no idea if this would ever happen. That if Trump would come on stage with Bad Bunny, and maybe
he's not going to do it because Blackheart.
No.
He already made a fool of
no,
himself.
yeah, or something like that. For the idea is.
The guy, and if we want to go back and again, these are things that are facts. You can go in and check them. When Trump was hanging around WWE, when the election was happening, guess who was doing work for the WWE? The guy that you don't know, apparently. Bad Bunny. Building a storyline, headlining a view. You don't know the guy. Which is bullshit. You're just making yourself look stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking someday. I mean, I
Why
just.
they turn this into a political thing?
Yeah, no, but it should never, ever went down that.
To be honest, the ones that are turning it into a political thing is those people, because they're the ones having an issue.
Yeah, no, I think it makes everyone look bad. And hey, some days people gotta look stupid to turn it around. So they have plenty of time to turn around.
The lady there that's running this, is that the lady the wife of Charlie Kirk there that runs this Turning Point?
Yeah, she is now the new person in charge of it. So yeah, hopefully people have to. Do you know, maybe Danny, maybe people can admit that they were wrong.
Yeah.
Well, your husband got murdered, and now you're a church ladies apparently. But yet you have a problem with a guy that's an American.
Yeah, no, it's
speaks Spanish, Chinese, whatever language he chooses to speak, he's still an American.
Yeah.
And you're having an issue, and you're it's like you're stirring the pot to keep people in certain races and certain situations apart.
Yeah, they're trying to divide everybody. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, I think it was a knee-jerk reaction. I think somebody threw it out there, and I don't agree with it.
To me, it's just going to be more of people looking stupid, Chris Blackheart. Because like I said before here last week, and you can go back to that and check out the old episodes of the Showcase Pod in YouTube at SB Wrestling. I said it. This year's Super Bowl show with Bad Bunny is going to be the highest rated Super Bowl show they've ever had.
And that's what they don't like, That's what they don't like.
It's going to look stupid. Who's going to be watching this?
Yeah. Well, no, you know what I think it is? I think it got political when people were throwing in, supporting Ice, not supporting Ice. I think that's where it started going downhill.
Well, it has nothing to do with Ice. I mean,
but I think that's what happened. I mean, him as an artist, they should be happy that he's an international star doing a show that's going to be huge. Yeah. Period.
A lot of the problem it goes behind him just singing in Spanish.
Yeah. No, but even with that, like I'm not a music guy, right? But you knew educate. Like we had this conversation a couple of years ago. I didn't know who he was. Because it's not my warehouse. So when you told me, and then watching how, he he came about more in the U.S. being huge. I'm like, I mean, that's just culture and music, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, we're gonna. I just felt that it was kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That these people are trying to piggyback the Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah, no, you can't. It makes you look small.
Their minds that they gonna compete, that they even gonna come close to competing to the viewership that the halftime show at the Super Bowl gets. It's insane, and it just shows me that they're not as smart as they think they are.
Yeah.
You know,
And
you're
they're
just
hypocrites too.
stupid.
And they're hypocrites too. You know, the hell's that? What was Bad Bunny got to do any of the shit going on? You know, it's like,
Yeah, I just think it's like I said, they're looking for a way to spread hate and split people and I've just heard all the bullshit and the comments and all this stuff. I'm like, you're making it a Hispanic white thing now.
Yeah.
That's what I see. You go online and that's exactly what I see.
Yeah. No, I don't like that.
Many people you want to see at this show. And then they throw in the hip hop and the pop music and the R&B, but none of the people commenting want to see any of those people. Yeah. Every artist that they chose has been people of white descent. So what's the real issue? Again, the issue starts with a guy that it's an American, but he's gonna sing in another language. And a language that's been around America since before our time in this earth. So it is what it is. Some people get pissed off and they don't agree, but I don't give a shit. You know, it is what it is. If it hurts, lick your wounds, and there's always next year. You know, next year they might bring back they might dust off Kid Rock and wheel them out there to sing. But it's not gonna happen this year. So.
And during the week, I'll do some investigation why they're doing this for, and let you know.
Yes,
I think it's stupid,
look
man.
it up, but everything is as clear as black and white sometimes when it comes to it. And I used to use that as a gimmick, but in some cases it's not a gimmick. Chris Blackheart.
I have a good one. Speaking of black and white, we have new showcase merchandise that just came in last week. We have showcase hats, which are black and white. We have new showcase logo shirts that came in.
You gonna put the pictures on the website?
Yeah. I'll put actually that's another story we'll tell next week about website and merchandise.
Should bring some in next week.
We could do that. We also have a Jay Evans and Annabelle pink t-shirt that will be displayed this weekend. And then we have a Rick Fuller inspired gut chop.
Oh, speaking of, as a former champion, I want to formally congratulate the now two-time YouTube World Champion Jay Evans. Congratulations.
Danny, you're still like an hour behind.
I don't know. Better late than never, right?
Why don't you pre-congratulate him on his win for this weekend? How's that?
Well, how about you congratulate him on his wedding proposal?
Yes, you can get the first gift. How's that, Danny?
First wedding gift.
When Jay Evans and Annabelle puts a wedding registry, Danny, we'll have you read it off on the air with the link of where people can get it.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Well, we're making all these jokes and everything and, laughing about it now. But last time we saw this whole scenario with Annabelle and Brother Moon Revan or Scott Ladder, whatever version we're going to get of that persona in the near future, you know what happened. I know what happened because I lived through it. I think things are going to get ugly, man. I don't think Brother Moon Revan is going to take this lightly, and I just don't know.
Well, no, unfortunately, you do know because, Danny, why don't we find that link for next week? Well, why don't we put it up there, and then we can go into some details of, unfortunately or fortunately, who knows better the twisted mind of Brother Moon Revan than Don Vega, and that was during the COVID era. So,
yeah, it's gonna get ugly, man. I'm telling you, there's some weird shit going around.
Yeah.
We're gonna be witness to a lot of weird crap happening again. So, obviously, you're 70% owner, so I'll let you deal with the 70% of that situation there.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, I wish Cena would handle that one, but in true fashion, it probably won't. But with that being said, Danny, it's that time. We're going to see people this weekend, Friday night, Taunton, 82 Engle Street, Saturday in Woonsocket at Autumn Fest. That's a 2 p.m. bell time. All advance tickets can be on showcaseperson.com or at the door. Go and see Kathy. She'll love to see everybody. Just do not bring any paperwork for Kathy to sign because she is not allowed to sign anything. We'll see Don Vega there. We're going to see, well, Dandy, you will not be there. Cena, I can't even say he's going to be there. I can't trust anything he says.
Is Kathy available to sign some posters for some kids? Or
Nope, she is not allowed. We have a new rule in the household. In the household, it was called the Kathy rule.
I mean,
She signs nothing.
Oh man.
Nope.
I'll have to talk to Catherine.
Yeah, nope, nothing there. So, would you like to do the sign off? If anyone wants to find us all week or questions for tomorrow, SP Wrestling and all the social media, Don Vega, it's all yours.
Well, yes, indeed. We'll see you tomorrow night in Taunton for WrestleGrave. Get your tickets, showcaseprowrestling.com. Autumn Fest on Saturday is going to be a great day. Nice day of the week there on Saturday to go check out some free wrestling for you cheapskates. I'm sure Chris Blackheart appreciates a cheapskate or two. But, yep, that's where you can find us this weekend coming up. Other than that, that is all we got for today, for tonight, for Dan Badandi, for the boss Chris Blackheart and Don Vega. We will see you right back here next week in the Showcase Pod.